Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's honestly a bit mind-blowing, but also incredibly reassuring. What scientists are actually preparing for behind the scenes. Every single day, thousands of researchers all over the world are quietly studying threats that most of us, frankly, rarely even think about. We're talking everything from emerging diseases to literal asteroid impacts. They're doing the hard, hidden work to secure our future. So, let's jump right in and uncover the preparations that might just save civilization.
Okay, first things first, we've got to address the elephant in the room. When you hear about scientists tracking supervolcanoes or studying near-Earth asteroids, it's super easy to wonder, wait, are scientists hiding a doomsday from us? The short answer is absolutely not. Seriously, this isn't because experts expect some sudden apocalypse tomorrow. It's because science is built on anticipating risks long before they ever make the evening news. It's all about preparation, not panic.
And that perfectly brings us to the core concept we need to tackle today: risk assessment. Look, scientists don't predict the future with absolute 100% certainty. Instead, they estimate probabilities and prepare for plausible scenarios. Think about it exactly like homeowners insurance. You don't buy fire insurance because you assume your house is literally going to burn down tomorrow, right? You buy it to manage uncertainty and reduce the damage just in case. Well, governments and research organizations invest in scientific preparedness in exactly the same way.
So, to give you a clear picture of how this works across the globe, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the global insurance policy, then dive into biological and health threats. From there, we'll scale up to Earth and space hazards, navigate technology and infrastructure risks, look at resources and societal shifts, and finally, wrap the whole thing up with the power of preparation.
Let's kick things off with Part 1, the global insurance policy, and why science manages uncertainty.
Moving right along to Section 2, Biological and Health Threats, looking at lessons from COVID-19 and beyond. Look, if the pandemic showed us anything, it proved exactly why this insurance policy is an absolute must. It showed how years of quiet, behind-the-scenes preparation laid the exact groundwork we needed for rapid mRNA vaccine platforms. That preparation is what allowed us to mobilize incredibly fast. Now, to catch the next big threat before it really gets going, scientists use something called the One Health approach. Since a lot of emerging diseases, stuff like avian influenza or monkeypox-related viruses, originate in animals, scientists now recognize that human health, animal health, and environmental health are all deeply intertwined. It's a package deal. By monitoring wildlife, livestock, and ecosystems all together, global surveillance networks can spot emerging zoonotic pathogens way before they spread internationally.
But hey, viruses definitely aren't the only biological hazard out there. Antimicrobial resistance, or AMR, is evolving rapidly, and it's a massive silent threat. Because bacteria are continuously evolving, our routine infections could become incredibly dangerous, which really complicates basic surgeries and everyday treatments. To fight back, researchers are literally working around the clock. They're developing new antibiotics, rapid diagnostic tools, and really fascinating alternative treatments like phage therapy. It's basically a never-ending evolutionary arms race.
All right, let's scale our perspective way up for Section 3, Earth and Space Hazards, examining the macro threats. When we hear about climate change, it's usually focused on gradual warming. But rather than just that slow crawl, scientists are intensely focused on what they call tipping points. These are critical thresholds, like the melting of the West Antarctic ice sheet, the destabilization of the Amazon rainforest, or the AMOC, the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. Crossing these thresholds could trigger rapid, totally irreversible changes to our global weather patterns. To keep an eye on this, scientists have deployed this massive net of Earth-observing satellites, ocean buoys, and complex climate models to monitor the planet's vital signs in real time.
And if we look even further up, you realize space is definitely not empty. Scientists are actively monitoring cosmic hazards to protect our daily lives down here. We've got international planetary defense programs tracking thousands of near-Earth asteroids decades in advance. Meanwhile, researchers are constantly watching the sun for solar storms, which could literally fry our DPS systems, our communications, and our electrical grids. Oh, and as we launch more satellites, managing the millions of fragments of space debris has become this vital engineering challenge just to keep our orbital highways clear.
Moving into Section 4, we transition to the engineered world, technology and infrastructure risks, navigating human-made complexities.
Honestly, artificial intelligence perfectly captures this duality. On the one hand, the promise is just incredible: accelerated drug discovery, crazy advanced climate modeling, brilliant medical diagnostics.
But on the flip side, we've got the risks scientists are desperately preparing for. Things like the threat of mass misinformation driven by deepfakes, highly sophisticated cyber attacks, and the whole core challenge of AI alignment, basically ensuring that AI systems actually pursue the goals we want them to, safely and reliably.
And speaking of cyber attacks, protecting our digital infrastructure is absolutely paramount. Think about it. Your banking, healthcare systems, the energy grid, they all rely heavily on encryption. But emerging tech, like quantum computing, could eventually break our current security measures. So scientists aren't just sitting around waiting for that to happen. They are preemptively building quantum-resistant cybersecurity today, ensuring our digital foundation stays secure tomorrow.
Which brings us to Section 5, Resources and Societal Shifts. We really need to future-proof our most foundational needs to ensure resilience amidst massive shifts like aging populations, rapid urbanization, and biodiversity loss.
Just look at this number. It is staggering. 10 billion. That's the projected global population we are going to need to feed, house, and supply with fresh water soon. And feeding 10 billion people isn't just about maximizing crop production, it is entirely about resilience. Global supply chains can be totally upended by droughts, extreme weather, or geopolitical conflicts in the blink of an eye.
So how do we actually pull off that resilience? Well, researchers are engineering concrete solutions right this second. They're developing climate-resistant crops and scaling up things like vertical farming and alternative proteins. To tackle the global water scarcity issue, they're innovating heavily in desalination and smart irrigation. And to keep the lights on through it all, they're integrating renewable energy and battery storage right into smart electrical grids. They are basically building a massive buffer against any resource disruption.
Let's pull all these threads together for our final section, the power of preparation and building a resilient society.
When you look at massive global initiatives, like international seed banks, fusion energy experiments, or those early warning disaster networks, it becomes super clear that these aren't panicked reactions to a crisis. They are the true hallmarks of a forward-thinking, highly functioning society. There's a vital distinction we really have to make here. Preparedness should not be confused with fear. Building resilient infrastructure, protecting our ecosystems, advancing medical research, all of this improves our daily lives and reduces our baseline risk, regardless of whether a worst-case scenario ever actually happens. Preparation isn't scary, it's empowering.
And the best part? That power extends to all of us. While the scientists are busy handling, planetary defense and rapid vaccine platforms, there are real things individuals can do. By staying informed through credible sources, supporting evidence-based policies, practicing solid personal digital security, and really championing critical thinking, you become an active part of this global resilience network. They might seem like small steps, but when you multiply them across millions of people, they create massive, world-changing societal benefits.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Are you ready to see scientific uncertainty not as a weakness, but as humanity's greatest insurance policy? Look, the future's always going to bring unknowns, for sure. But the quiet, incredibly dedicated work happening in laboratories and observatories around the globe proves we aren't just sitting around waiting for the future to happen to us. We are actively shaping a safer, much more resilient world. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.